Hey guys, welcome to tutorial number 3 in the digitally modifying cars series. This is smoothing. Okay, so we're going to be learning how to smooth your car, make everything flush, remove handles, remove badges, etc, etc. Okay, the tools you're going to learn within this tutorial are very valuable. Okay, and you're going to be able to use these in any picture modification whatsoever. So whether it be you want to remove blemishes from people's faces, remove spots, scars, you want to add things, maybe remove things from a skyline, whatever. These are the tools that are going to allow you to do that. Okay, so pretty good stuff we're going to learn here. So here I have a Ford Mondeo. First thing we need to do is make a copy. Okay, so right click on background and go duplicate layer, or you can press Ctrl J on your keyboard. It does the same thing, and rename your layer so you know what you're working on. Okay, firstly zoom into the jets on the bonnet. Okay, now Control and plus on your keyboard allow you to zoom in, and Control and minus allow you to zoom out. And once you're zoomed into a picture, you can hold down space and you have the move tool selected, so you can move around by just holding down the left mouse button as well. Select the spot healing brush tool, okay, and then make your brush the size of the jet by using the keys next to the P key, the bracket keys, and just click. And that's pretty much how to use the smoothing tool. So let me go back there. The spot healing brush tool basically takes the information from around the brush itself, the pixel information around the brush, and transfers that when you click into the brush itself. You can use it to get rid of the vents as well. So all you do is you just draw on it like a pen, and because there's no differentiation in pixels from around the area you want to change, it does a pretty good job of doing that. And then obviously just click around to clear the pixels that you can see that are noticeably through from the selection itself. When you're using this tool, it's best to use a smaller brush and zoom in really close, but just for demonstration's sake, I'm keeping it simple at the moment. If we use it here, it's not going to work, and the reason why it's not going to work is because the pixels on the left hand side of the selection are going to be different from the ones on the right. So as you can see, we've got the floor there and we've got the lighter area of the bonnet. So when we do that, this effect happens. Okay, and when this kind of thing happens, that's because there's too much information that's different around the selection. So what we need to do is we need to use a different tool, and that's the patch tool. Okay, this allows you to make a freehand selection of an area that you want to modify, and then go ahead and substitute it with a different area of the image. Okay, so I've made my selection. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you just move it across, let go, Control D to deselect, and as you can see, it's done a very good job of getting rid of that vent. Again, slight pixelation, which you'll probably get on a lot of this kind of work. Just use a spot healing brush tool, and like I said, if you are going to use it in an area like this, make sure it's a small brush, because then if it's a smaller brush, then it reads less pixels around it. Okay, so I don't know, that looked pretty cool. It could do with a bit of work here because it looks a bit scuffed, but you know, just for demonstration's sake, I think it's getting the point across. Let's move up to the washer jet on the back. What we're going to use here is something called the clone tool. Okay, and the clone tool basically allows you to clone parts of the picture and paint them on other parts of the picture. So if you hold down the Alt button on your keyboard, you get this cool little target sort of icon. This is going to allow you to select the area from which you want to clone from. So if I want to clone this part of the floor, okay, I click on it, and then as you can see, it allows me to paint that part over what I'm doing. So literally what I did is I just made that selection and I just painted over, and now I'm just rubbing out just to make the line even. And as you can see, when we zoom out, it looks like it's not even been there. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the door handles. Okay, we want to remove these by using the good old patch tool. Okay, as you can see around the door handles, there's slight pixelation. Okay, so if you can select that, please do. It's just going to make it a bit easier for you to clean up. Okay, and then we're going to choose the source which is next to it, and you see the shadow on the contour above. You want to try and match it as perfect as possible. So that's pretty good. Control D to deselect, and as you can see we've got a little black patch there. Spot healing brush, zoom in, click. Normally that's good enough to take it away. If it doesn't, another tactic you can do, when you get really up close, you can actually see the pixels themselves. You know, so you can alter the color here. If that doesn't work for whatever reason, you see we've got the darker pixels here. You can select the brush tool, hold down Alt and select a lighter pixel, and then you can literally paint these pixels so that they are a bit lighter. And obviously from close you see them change quite drastically, and when you go far away you will see the difference, and that looks pretty good. I mean, there is slight shadowing here, so what I would do is I'd paint these ones lighter just to match it, and then we'll use the spot healing brush tool again to change this pixelation here, which I can see, which was around the original door handle. So that looks pretty sweet. As you can see, it looks like nothing was there. And then obviously we're going to use the same tool here, the patch tool, to patch it. And you can use this on badges, you know, on grills. You can use it on anything. Okay, so this is a very useful tool to have in your repertoire of tools that you use when you do car modification and anything to do with images. Okay, Control D, and look at that. That's just perfect, practically. I mean, just a bit of pixelation. Spot healing brush, but you know, on a whole I think that's a pretty good match. Bit of pixelation here. Should really zoom in to do this, but you know, we're strapped for time, so I'm gonna leave it as it is. Okay, Control Z. Right, so I mean that's pretty much it, you know, guys. I mean, if you have a look at, you know, the before and after, as you can see, it looks pretty good. Like I said, you can do it with badges. What I'm going to do is, let me just go to File, Open. I've got a bit of time left. I've got a picture of a GTR here, which is an absolutely gorgeous car. I love this car to bits. And what we're going to do is we're going to want to remove these badges here at the back. So we're going to remove as many as we can within the next minute or so. So use the good old patch tool, go around the GTR, move it across, Control D to deselect, and then press J, and then you can use your spot healing brush tool just to get rid of this pinkish sort of exposure type thing. As you can see there, it slightly went a bit because I was going a bit crazy with the tool. Get the patch tool again. This time go around the writing, bam, and then select your sample, Control D. And as you can see, that's a pretty good one. You don't really need a lot of editing with that. We can try and do this Nissan badge as well. We've got a bit of time. As you can see, there's a slight pattern here, so it's going to be a bit more difficult to do. But anything is possible, my friends. Anything is possible within this software. So if we just move that, I'd say around there. It's pretty good. Control D, zoom out. Slight pixelation as expected, but as long as you've got the patience, you can click around. You can even get the clone tool or the paintbrush tool, you know, depending on what we're trying to do. Change the opacity of the clone tool, get a bit here, and then just paint so we don't have that mirroring effect itself. So, you know, there it kind of looks debadged. It's not a bad little looking car. Okay, so that's basically how you do it. And like I say, you can apply that to door handles. Go back to this image. As you can see here, we've got the line where the bumper joins to the wheel arch. You can do the same literally just by patching. I'm not going to do it because we're running out of time, but just say you wanted to, like, just say this was a part of a thing you wanted to smooth it in. That's all you'll do. Control D, and as you can see, it's like smoothed in. So you can do this with these contours, and that's how you smooth in your bodywork. And the same if you had a number plate here, you'll just select around the number plate and obviously select an area and then patch it, and that will be job done. So that's smoothing and debadging. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them by. Any requests for tutorials, I'll do my best to make them for you. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you guys on the next tutorial. Haven't decided what it's going to be, but it's going to be fun. Okay, thanks for your time, and I'll see you next time.